It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Oakland as the Warriors go up against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games, they can do better, and they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. Battling it out tonight, two offenses that tend to live and die by the three. Shaq, do you think the league is becoming too perimeter-oriented?
Yeah, Kenny knows this. He has 2 rings. I have 4. Championship-level teams usually challenge you outside and inside. You got to keep the defense guessing, Ernie.
Well, the perimeter offenses have become a lot more sophisticated. 25 feet from the baskets, it's hard to impose your physicality against anyone on the defensive
There's
end.
nothing sophisticated about jacking up 83s in the game.
Well, you know what? It's hard to be physical when guys are not even coming near you.
For a guy who likes to shoot the three, would you like to be playing today?
I would, not to toot my own horn.
Go ahead, toot your own.
But I'm going to toot it. I would average easily a 20-point game. Easily 20 a game. Being able to take the amount of threes that they're able to take, 20 would be, I would be disappointed.
Drown him out.
I would be so disappointed if I didn't get 20 every night. This is the easiest era to play it. How can you shoot up 23s and call yourself a point guard? So, this is ridiculous. Any scrub can play in this era. Kevin, anybody can play in this era, Kevin. Anybody.
The Warriors have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court here at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with us, basketball expert and former late-night comedy writer, a lot of people don't know this, Bill Simmons.
Yeah, as soon as I left, Kimmel's show took off, so I think I was the reason.
You built the foundation for it, let's be honest.
I was there for the early years.
You said it was a very influential time in your life, a very good thing for you to do.
Oh, it was fantastic. I learned a lot. I learned how to not get my jokes on the air, and I learned a lot about humility.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, Steph Curry is the 2-time league MVP, and Steve Kerr says he's maybe the most impactful offensive player ever. He puts fear into defenses like no one I've ever seen. No one's been able to shoot off the dribble from 35 feet. It changes the entire game. Kevin?
A game changer indeed. DA, thank you. And before the ownership changed in 2010, the Warriors franchise really staggered.
Yeah, they staggered to the point that in 2012, I wrote a long column for Grantland about, it was like the 60 reasons you can't blame the Warriors fans for booing their owner on Chris Mullin night. And I went through their whole history since they won the title in '74 of just all the horrible things that happened to them, all the dumb moves they made, all the dumb trades, all the things they never should have done. It was extensive. And after things flipped around, people mail me that article all the time, like, can you believe it? We've won 3 titles in the last 4 years. You just wrote this. Feels like yesterday. And it was. It's one of the most amazing turnarounds of any franchise I can remember.
I'm assuming you're a fan of their front office.
Yeah, very, very smart. But, the pieces were there. When they bought the team, everyone thought they overpaid. And not to toot my own horn because I've been wrong a million times, but I was one of the only people who didn't think they overpaid. I just felt like that market was awesome. I loved their fans. It was in the heart of Silicon Valley. It made sense that they should be a juggernaut, and they had never really had good ownership. And as we learn over and over every year at the Knicks, like, owners matter. They just do.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Marjanovic. White is out there with Doncic. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Kleba in at the power forward position. Clock is at 3. Here's Doncic. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to the Jazz in Utah. Here's Thompson. They get the rebound. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
Wright finds Hardaway. Knocked away. It's stolen by Green. No one near Curry as he lets it go. And the Warriors miss again.
Well, they're simply having trouble getting their legs underneath them, right? They're just 1 for 5 to start things off.
Kleba, the pass to Marjanovic. A second chance effort. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Inside, here's Thompson. Good D by Hardaway.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
The Mavericks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah. I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and their kind of their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree, but for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. If I have you for an hour, you're not going to be able to dodge stuff. You're going to have to talk.
Well, you challenge people, that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And you got to be ready.
That's how Larry King used to do it. Yeah.
So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk, and we did 5 podcasts, and everything's on the table with him. But my favorites are, somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart, kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Now here's Curry. 29 points for him last game against Utah.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball.
And he's able to get it back. Just 2 to shoot. The shot by Thompson, no good.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Hardaway with a wide open look. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. I want to get back to what we were chatting about, Bill, with how today's NBA players are so media ready, whether it be interviews or social media. Your take is really interesting.
I think in general, all these guys, the guys now are so used to talking to people and being in front of people, and they're not surprised by questions, and they know how to handle themselves. They know how to not get in trouble, and they're comfortable.
Plus, maybe they've kind of grown up with you, though, too. You know what? You've been relevant for many years. Well, they've grown up with your stuff.
To be honest, a lot of them just know me as the white guy on NBA Countdown. They might not have read me, but they remember like that year I was with Jalen Rose. But what's weird is...
I think you'd be surprised. More have... I think
well, you know this, too. When you're on TV, the credibility you get from being on TV, I wasn't prepared for within the NBA.
Oh, really?
I think that's true, yeah. I think it's like, oh, he's on TV, he's okay. And maybe they don't agree with you all the time, but you've passed some imaginary checkpoint with those guys.
Well, you may think that TV was your validation. This is going to be your validation.
Oh, 100%.
2K. This is it. I'm stamping you right now.
This is better than winning a Pulitzer Prize.
And so it's Dallas with it. Following the score by Golden State. Doncic kicks to Wright. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Now we've seen some top prospects forgo college, enter the G League straight out of high school. What do you think is the future of the G League, and do you like where it sits right now?
I do. I wish they spent more money on salaries.
I agree.
I wish they blew it out. I mean, I think this is the first year we've had 30 G League teams. This should be the #1 place you'd want to go after high school. You should not want to go to college. You should want to go to a AAA awesome league that's set up.
And they're bringing kids up and down off that G League roster all the time.
It's just better, and you're going to have a better chance to succeed as a professional basketball player. You see the situation we're in now with the one-and-done guys. They go to college. They show up in September. they're playing all the way through till March. Whenever they get knocked out, they drop out of college. And they might last, you know, till round 2 in the tournament, which is what, March 20th?
Right.
And they're out. So they've been in college for 6.5 months. How's that a good system? They didn't even finish 2 semesters. So I would much rather see the G League work, and I don't understand why they don't spend a little more on it and just make it like a force. I don't think the moves are that hard.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Lee kicks to Curry. That's Nowitzki at the elbow. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
It's Curry outside. Powell pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Now let's check out and highlight the best defenses in the NBA. In third, the Warriors.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
That free throw good from Barea.
And you never doubt this guy's enthusiasm or his love for the game of basketball. To me, it's what makes Barea the kind of guy you root for.
And both free throws good for Barea. The Warriors leading. So here's Burks. Pass to Curry. Robinson finds Burks. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Beautiful touch from Burks. He excels at knocking down these mid-range shots.
Now here's Barea. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Kept alive. And Looney sends it back. Tries yet again. And the layup by Powell. Powell's got his first points of the night.
I'll tell you, Kevin, you have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How did it feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well because I spent a long time writing it, and it was 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big, I thought people would just be terrified of it. And, you know, it turns out,
they embraced the
size. I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they want to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Will Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they put it together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Will Chamberlain was better? So it was that and some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, Kev, despite the fact that this guy has already won multiple MVP awards, Steph Curry is still pursuing improvement and trying to add to everything his team does. I love that approach.
And both free throws good for Curry.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Powell, the pass to Barea. Another shot. And Looney sends it back.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Snatched up. Burks Second chance shot. And he overshot that one, missing.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only one ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them. And they won the title.
How old were you in 72?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Cowens on that team?
Cowens, Havlicek, JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. It was probably the most famous NBA game ever. The kids out there now would nominate like Game 7, 2016 or something, but triple overtime game was the most famous game ever. And I slept through the entire second half and the first overtime.
Oh, no.
But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
Alec Burks, Kevin, continuing to develop into a dependable scorer. He's got great size for a 2-guard.
Burks against Curry. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Now here's Barea. D right on him. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And so here is Dallas. It's a 3-point game. Count that one. Lee's got his first basket of the night.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Here's Looney, guarded by Powell from downtown. And Curry pulls it down.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Powell, that's good.
Well, Powell's low post game, growing by leaps and bounds, does a great job getting around the defense.
And here we are, the Warriors' final season in Oakland. Bill, they'll be moving to a brand new arena across the bay in San Francisco.
Yeah, bittersweet. I'm excited that there's an arena downtown, and the Oakland-San Francisco thing was always weird to go to Warriors games, drop in, figure out where to stay, all that stuff. On the other hand, I thought they had the best crowd of anybody.
I agree.
For years and years there. Just like very blue-collar, old school, fans that have been coming for years.
Stuck with them even in the lean times.
Yeah, the lean times were every year.
Right.
They had no year other than lean times. And now that the team got good the last 6 years, you could feel the audience changing a little. And now it's changing a lot. I just miss the Oakland fan base, and I hope, once we expand to 60 teams or 70 or wherever we're going, I'd like to see Oakland get one of the 70 teams.
Well said. This one for 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Powell's got 7.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Neither team wants to give an inch. This is fun. Both teams trying desperately to seize the momentum.
And the basket by Curry.
Boy, once Stephen Curry starts to cook, it's like an avalanche. The guy can score at will from anywhere.
Curry against Burks. To the inside. And the shot is good from Nowitzki. 5 points in the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Spellman, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, you get a sense of the recognition from Steph Curry and how quickly he moves through his progressions, because, boy, if you're open, he's going to give it to you.
Barea dishes to Lee. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Here's Burks, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Dallas.
Love to see Alec Burks get aggressive with the defense. This guy terrific getting the defense to foul him.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both teams deciding to change it up. And Burks hits 2 free throws. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Berea surveying the floor. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts. 34 seconds left here in the opening quarter. To the left side wing. Russell kicks to Cauley-Stein. Back to Russell. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Russell's got 6. And it's Berea with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 2. Last time they met was in Dallas.
And they had a ton of missed opportunities at the foul line. That's always a game changer.
I think it's impossible for fans to understand why you can't shoot a higher percentage when there's no defense on you, right? Quality free throw shooting so crucial to winning.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Warriors lead by 4. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. It's been a storied career for Dirk Nowitzki, but as he ages, he says he's spending a lot more time getting his body prepared to play.
Jake Kidd sort of tried all sorts of things when he was here. He was older, and, you know, he got massages right before the games and the stretching and all that. Now I'm in the same shoes. You know, I do all that stuff now, and you almost do as much off the court as you practice on the court.
A lot goes into holding off Father Time, but Father Time, by the way, is undefeated.
Yeah, and retirement's something he's considered for a few summers now, but he's making the most of his Hall of Fame career, savoring every last minute.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Protecting that rim early on, that's been a big factor for them tonight.
I'll tell you, rejection after rejection. The other team having a tough time scoring.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Wright. He's out there with Doncic. Marjanovic is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Kleba in at the 4 slot. Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved, and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade in those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better, and their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. It all started with the decision in LeBron James and has carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody who writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
Cauley-Stein with it. His last outing, he had 8 points. It's tipped.
and not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Kleba, the pass to Wright. Kicks it to Doncic. Back to Wright. Shot clock at 6. Hardaway for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Warriors trail by 3. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. From deep three-point range, and it's Wright missing. Warriors have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Bill, it's interesting. More than 50 colleges and universities now offers scholarships in esports. I did not know this, and that number is probably only going to go up.
Yeah, and it makes sense too. What's more popular, esports or water polo? No offense to the water polo players, but come on.
These kids love it. They cannot get enough of these games.
No, we should have, every college should have esports.
Dallas calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And the Warriors making a change here. Robinson's checked in. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Mavericks.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team. Just as you might expect, the bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Now, here's Doncic. He's guarded by Russell. That's good from Doncic on the assist from Hardaway. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
Dallas has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Kleba. No good on the triple. Warriors have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Thompson, and it's Golden State with another.
You cannot afford to give Klay Thompson even an inch of space. This guy can pull up on a dime.
Doncic kicks to Hardaway. Here's Kleba. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Robinson, that's good. And now it's a 3-point Warrior lead.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Wright outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Wright's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Russell with it. Now Wright defending. Russell kicks to Robinson. Mavericks with the rebound. Marjanovic has got his 5th rebound in this one.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Cauley Stein throws it down.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. There's the pass to Marjanovic. And Wright kicks to Kleba. 6 to shoot. Another 3 for Dallas.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Russell finds Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
Russell against Wright. Pass to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
And really lucky that they weren't blown out in that game, because I just thought the effort was lacking.
You know, it'd be hard to identify a phase of the game where they were crisp. Not the passing, not the shooting. Defensive rotations were off. You could critique them up and down.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Nowitzki comes in for Maxi Kleba. Lee's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Seth Curry in for DeLon Wright. Curry passes to Robinson. Passes to Burks. Spellman defended by Nowitzki. And that one, good. Robinson's got his second bucket of the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Nowitzki dishes to Doncic. And a wide-open look for Lee. Another 3 for Dallas.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the 3 at almost 60% for the game.
Curry against Curry. Spellman, good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, there's evidence all over the floor of how well Stephen Curry runs this team. He does a good job keeping them at their pace and making all the right decisions.
And here is Curry. 11 points for him in that last game against the Clippers.
His passing definitely came into play as well, Kev. He was very unselfish, really kept the ball moving.
To the paint. Outside for Robinson. Drains the three-pointer. And now a 3-point Warrior lead.
You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
Curry looking around. Goes up to the stripe. They grab their own miss. Powell. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Doncic. Averaging 15 points a game, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is. A flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
He's off on the first.
Well, this is a decent free throw shooter, and where Powell could help himself is getting to the line a little bit more.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Berea's checked in. And he's good on the second. Now Robinson. He's got 7. Outside Curry. Back to Robinson. And it's off from 3-point range. And it's Berea with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 2. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
And when the defense isn't there, Greg, you really open up the floodgates for the other team. They didn't have any heart.
Spellman defended by Nowitzki. Down low. Spellman. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. He has 6.
And it's been an exciting game. Both teams really fighting this one out.
It's a neck-and-neck game in Golden State. They host the Clippers after this game. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Here's Barea. That one misses. So Golden State will take it the other way. Robinson drives in, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Curry against Curry. He kicks it to Barea. Pass to Powell. Back to Barea. Curry against Curry. The shot by Curry, no good. Warriors leading by 3. There's the triple. And it's Stephen Curry with a 3. Curry's got 15.
Well, Curry's favorite shot and the one most fans pay money to see. Go ahead from deep, Steph.
It's stolen by Curry. Lets a floater go. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Here's Powell. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Golden State's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Golden State moving it around. Burks on the wing, guarded by Curry. Burks against Curry. The 15-footer, and he overshot that one, missing. Mavericks trail by 8. Tipped away, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. These are the top distributors of the basketball for the last 10 games, as shown on the 2K leaderboard. 5th is Steph Curry.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
Here's Barea. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. 8 points for him.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right. The effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And some changes here for the Warriors. McKinney's checked in, and it's Klay Thompson in for Robinson. Warriors leading by 6. The pass to Looney. Back to Curry. Inside, McKinney. And he gets the bucket. McKinney's got his first 2 points.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Well, we want to thank the sports guy for being here. Enlightening as always. Bill, what a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, I hope my son was impressed. Thank you, Kevin.
I'm sure he was. Door is always a spirited discussion when Bill's involved. Not afraid to share his personal views.
Yes, Kevin, he has broken the internet once or twice. This guy is no stranger to controversy. But I will say this, he is passionate about the NBA. Well, so rewarding for a player to beat everybody to the basketball and convert that second chance bucket.
Pass to Burks. Thompson inside, covered by Lee. Good D by Lee. There's 39 seconds left here in the second. And Barea has it in the corner. Clock at 6. 13 feet away. Misses off the left iron.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
McKinney, no good. Mavericks trail by 6. And Barea with the basket on the assist by Lee. Barea's got 4 this quarter.
Well, Kev, what a great pass. Lee, more of a finisher than distributor, but that time really unselfish.
Here's Curry. Good on the 13-footer.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. With Draymond Green, Draymond rebounding a bit of a struggle. How do you improve that?
Hit your man, you know, get 5 guys to the boards. Guards get in there and clean up those boards that's loose, but you know, our big guys got to hold our mans off, and we've been doing that this half.
We'll see if all 5 can get you more boards in that second half, Dre. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He ended up with 19 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, Ernie, Steph Curry, he's still redefining the point guard position. To call him a shoot first or a pass first doesn't do him justice. He makes great decisions on the fly. Tremendous creator and ability to improvise. And we saw all of that in the first half.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Curry has been sensational.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Greg, there's no doubt. This guy has been superb at moving the ball and getting all of his guys going on the offensive end.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Golden State Warriors. 6-point lead. We've got D'Angelo Russell. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Green. Then it's Curry. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. That's the Warriors' 5. Now, here's Doncic. Outside Hardaway. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Thompson.
It's proving very difficult to guard Tim Hardaway Jr. without fouling the guy, especially when he's this aggressive.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Well, Steve Kerr has talked about the emotional and spiritual fatigue that can set in for a Warriors team that has now played in 4 straight finals. And remember, Steve Kerr knows a thing or two about this from his years with the Chicago Bulls. They simply have to fight through it.
Hardaway hits them both. Well, Coach Steve Kerr looks to give his players breaks. Doris getting away from the game, what he calls filling their cup.
Well, I think, Kevin, it's mentally taxing, battling 10 months a year over and over again. And Steve is emphasizing it's important to have time away from basketball to recharge a bit.
And the basket is good. Curry's got 21.
Well, this guy's not just an outside shooter. I mean, we most identify Steph Curry as the greatest shooter in the NBA right now, but gets inside there. That's pretty.
And Wright kicks to Kleba. Passes it to Marjanovic. Here's Doncic. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The drive by Green, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And there's the foul against Dallas.
And Draymond Green, an extremely vocal leader. He's in his teammates' ears, always trying to keep them on edge, also in his opponent's ears as well. And then there's the officials. He tends to like to get in their ears as well.
That free throw missing. And Draymond Green, Greg, has been among the league leader in technicals. If you're one of his teammates or his coach, do you try to get him to dial it back?
You know, his greatest strength can probably also be his greatest weakness. That fire and motivation, really second to none. But I'd be careful not to hamper that enthusiasm.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
On defense, the Warriors. 7-point differential. Pass to Marjanovic. Back to right. Out to the right wing.
And this is why Draymond is one of the best defenders in the NBA. Constant energy, and it's absolutely infectious.
Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 6 assists here tonight.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
Now, here's Doncic. Defense right on him. It's deflected. It's stolen by Green. Goes up, and it's Green with the jam.
Let's make no mistake, Draymond Green is a masterful defender. You have to love the activity.
Mavericks trail by 11. Tipped away. Kleba, the pass to Doncic. Thompson against Wright. Outside Hardaway. The pass to Doncic. 5 to shoot. Curry looking around. All alone. Offensive rebound. Green got a hand on it. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. They trail by 11.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
Curry finds Thompson. Russell with it. 8 points for him. And the rejection by Marjanovic. On the wing, Thompson. Drops one in from the wing. Thompson's got 7 points.
You simply cannot relax when you're playing Klay Thompson. The catch and shoot, the release too quick.
And the Mavericks call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Now, here's Doncic. He's guarded by Russell.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Warriors leading by 11. Outside, Green. Feeds it to Cauley-Stein. Dishes to Curry. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Here's Wright. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And 12 points for Tim Hardaway.
Well, Tim Hardaway has been on point all game. This guy's been aggressive and engaged.
Timeout called the Warriors. Doors are seeing a lot of movement on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of screening, a lot of movement, obviously, without the ball. Does that require more awareness, not only in the offensive side to make those moves, but also defensively?
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. One of the most important things you can do if you're an excellent defensive team is you start with communication. So as that action starts, the movement and the screening, are the teammates talking? Screen coming right, screen coming left. Do we want to trap the screen? Do we want to make sure the ball gets out of a certain player's hands? Communication in this day and age against motion offenses has got to be at the top of the list defensively.
Well said. And there's the feed to Green. Rocket 6. Hardaway with the steal.
He completely lost focus since the break, turning the ball over multiple times, and that's after no turnovers in the first half.
And he can play the long-range game, the mid-range game. He takes it to the rack. Doncic is a versatile three-level scorer.
Curry kicks to Cauley-Stein. Pass to Thompson. There's the triple. Knocks down the three ball. Thompson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Back at you. Yeah, that's payback for the three on the other end.
Well, I just like the shot selection in that instance. He wanted to get him back, and he did just that with the three.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
For Dallas, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
Here's Cauley-Stein, and the shot goes in. Cauley-Stein's got 10 points in the game.
I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
Doncic kicks to Hardaway. Here's Kleba. No good with the triple. Warriors leading by 9. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. The quick look, no good that time. With the floater, and Doncic finishes inside. 11 points in the game.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
Curry against Wright. And Cauley-Stein with the basket on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Over Cauley-Stein. Marjanovic kicks to Doncic. Passes to Kleba. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, he's got wonderful touch from deep, right? And with his size, a defender has a hard time even bothering him on the perimeter.
Curry against Wright. Thompson way outside. And another three for Golden State.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
Knocks it loose. Mavericks trail by 9. Pass to Hardaway. With the teardrop, and it's good on the way up.
Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
Now, here is Russell. He's tightly guarded. Kicks to Green. 5 on the clock. Here's Curry with the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Curry against Wright. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered closely. That one misses.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
And Green gets it to go. And now a 12-point Warrior lead.
Tenacity. It's the first word that comes to mind with Draymond Green. Is he the tallest power forward in the league? No. But can he score it? Yes.
Curry finds Green. Cauley-Stein against Marjanovic. Thompson with the bucket.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
And here is Doncic. He's got 11. In the corner, Hardaway with it. 6 on the shot clock. Now the pass to Kleba. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Kleba's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Dallas. Now a timeout called by Golden State. And just an impossible shot to guard at times, Doris. When you think of that step-back jump shot in the league, it's lethal. And there are a couple guys who have perfected it.
Well, 2 in particular. James Harden, that step back that he added is now unguardable. And Steph Curry as well. Those 2 men, when they decide to get to that step-back jumper, turn the lights out, close the gym doors, and step back because it's going in.
Barea against Curry. Sinks that one from the post. Curry's got 26.
Well, sometimes it's about the will to score, even when there's a body trying to impede your physical progress. How about Steph Curry going through the contact for the bucket?
Lee dishes to Nowitzki. And Nowitzki with the stuff.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Here's Burks. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Burks has got 8.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Feeds to Powell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. For the Dallas Mavericks, the last couple years, generating free throw attempts has been a problem.
Which is a shame because when they've gotten to the line, they've been extremely accurate. But let's remember, you have a ton of jump shooters on this team, and that's a point of emphasis.
And he makes the first.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
I think when you talk about the Dallas Mavericks, it's not hard to think about the ownership. Driven, intelligent, committed, and the team has embodied those traits.
Burks against Lee. Burks kicks to Robinson. Goes back up. Burks can't get it to go. And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. A 12-point game. And even though the Mavericks had a couple of bad years in a row, this franchise remains rock solid.
Well, think about they've had consistency from the top down. It's a pioneering organization that's always looking at the next innovation. And remember, they have a very strong fan base.
You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to root against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer. And it's one thing to be respected by everybody. It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And Dirk's, he's one of a kind.
And that one falls for Nowitzki.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
And so Nowitzki nails both of them.
There are certain stars in the NBA that are identifiable with their one and only franchise, and that's Dirk Nowitzki, who is synonymous with the Mavs organization. So rare to see a living legend play in person.
Here's Burks, and the Warriors tack on 2 more. Now Barea, 10 points for him. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Curry. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Curry.
This is the shot chart of a dominant performance. I mean, he's taken a lot of shots because right now he believes that every shot he does take is going in. And who can blame him with the way he's played? Simply outstanding work coming from him.
Free throw good by Curry. And Doris, for Dirk Nowitzki, he has done so much for this team beyond, just leading them on the court for so many seasons.
But how about, Kev, how rare it is for one player to stick with the same organization over 20 years. Of course, he led the team to their only title. This guy has been with the Mavs through thick and thin, and the reverse is true as well. In this era of the Golden State Warriors, it's easy to forget the lean years. Prior to this 6-year run, guys, the last time they had made it to the playoffs 4 consecutive seasons, 1952.
Here's Lee. Warriors with the rebound. 1:49 left in the third. Here's Burks. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Nowitzki's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Doris, the Warriors' 6-year playoff run, tying their record set in the first 6 years of the franchise's existence.
That's when they were playing back in Philadelphia. And just to give you a little more context, only 3 of those seasons did they have a winning record. Make no mistake, this is the golden era of Warriors basketball.
Here's Robinson. And again, no good by Golden State. Stolen by Robinson. Here's Curry, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Curry's got the lead up to 14 now for the Warriors. Dallas has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Barea, the pass to Nowitzki. Left side Jackson, beyond the arc. Another 3 for Dallas.
I tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
Barea against Curry. In the corner, it's Robinson. Just 4 to shoot. From deep. The shot by Curry, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Jackson kicks to Lee. Pass to Barea. 11 seconds left in the third. Outside Jackson. Shot from 12. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Lee's got it back down to within single digits for the Mavs. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back right after this. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hold your ground. Hold your ground. Your job is just to stay in front of this guy. No blow-bys.
Now preaching strong defense there, GA.
I mean, basic fundamentals. He doesn't want to see anyone on his team get burned on that end.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Lee. Doncic out there with J.J. Barea. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Kleba in at the 4. Here's Barea, and the rejection by Cauley Stein. And he's able to get it back.
Pass is good. Hit. One shot.
And you look at J.J. Barea and how he's played over the years. Has always been a spark plug for a team off the bench. It just plays with energy and creativity no matter the situation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Robinson. And it's Russell in for Evans.
One shot.
And with Barea and what he brings to the table, Greg, he also takes care of the ball.
A lot of guards who are bench threats can get a little sloppy or careless with the ball. And Barea has been upping his assists and cutting his turnovers the last few seasons, still finding ways to be effective even after a decade in the league.
Back to Green from deep. It's rebounded by Dallas. Nowitzki's got his 8th rebound here tonight. For the three. A three-pointer is right on target.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Burks' shot is good. And the Warriors lead by 5.
Boy, in the second half, just hitting a much higher percentage of his shots. Really looks composed now.
Now, here's Barea. Pass to Kleba. He kicks it to Doncic. Shoots over Burks. Again, the Mavericks score.
He's made obvious improvements since the half, really getting into an offensive groove.
Green deciding where to go with it. Burks in the corner. The shot, no good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Kleba. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Warriors leading by 3. Here's Russell. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barea. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Lee. And it's right in for Doncic. On its way from Burks for 2. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game. Mavericks trail by 5. Wright with it, and Burks picks him up defensively. And Wright kicks to Barea. Back to Wright. 6 to shoot. Here's Kleba. From outside, off the mark. Warriors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Habit. Hardaway kicks to Kleba. Dallas moving the ball around. Right against Burks. But they get it back. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Marjanovic checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Golden State. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good.
You know, guys, what's so interesting to me about Alec Burks, now that he's a veteran in this league, he's never been a starter for a long, extended stretch, but he's always been in the rotation. For me, the next step for this guy is just being more consistent.
Mavericks trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the foul on Alec Burks. That's his first foul. Barea finds Marjanovic. Back to Barea. Shot clock at 5. Lets the 3 fly. Kleba with the bucket.
That's his 3rd triple this half, and that's after hitting only 1 before that.
Warriors leading by 5. Russell passes to Burks. Back to Russell. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Okay, D'Angelo, Russell mixing in a little interior work, not bashful.
Burks against Barea. Here's the teardrop. Yes, that goes in.
Man, this has been fun. I mean, we got two teams dueling down the stretch.
Boy, does it feel to you, Greg, like every single shot is going through the bucket? That's how lethal both of these teams have been late in this one.
Nice shot by Thompson.
Now, this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
And Wright kicks to Kleba. Poked away. Here's Green. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Sunday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers. Then on Wednesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
He's off on the second.
He's forcing the action now, finally getting to the charity stripe after no freebies in the first half.
And again, the turnover by the Mavericks.
Well, he just gets ahead of himself and throws it away, right? You've got to have better focus than that.
Curry's checked in for Alec Burks. Warriors leading by 9. Curry kicks to Green. To the middle. Here's Thompson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Correa with it. Pass to Kleba. Now Hardaway. Right outside. And Berea has it in the corner. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, Tim Hardaway Jr. is known as a scorer. Knocks down the long-distance look right there.
Russell finds Thompson. And the pass to Cauley-Stein. The rebound by Marjanovic.
Yeah, good interior D there. Prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Moment here now for an injury report. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge for an update on Luka Doncic. David.
Well, Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Dallas. After taking a look, he informed me that it doesn't look too bad. And if he were to be out with an injury now, it would really hurt this team, Kevin, because they count on him to do so many things.
Okay, Dave, thanks. Sounds like he won't be out for too long. Right outside. Clock at 4. Second shot opportunity. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Marjanovic.
Boy, look at how hard he pursues the basketball. Gets out of his area. Terrific work on the offensive glass.
It's tipped. Wright looking around. Outside for Berea. Wright trying to break free. They get it back. And that one's good. Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 6 points in the quarter.
And really an alert play on the glass there to get that second chance opportunity. He's having one of those games that we've really grown accustomed to seeing him put forth.
And he's back-to-back games like this. He is on a tear, competing with every ounce of energy he's got.
Hardaway for 3. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lobbed up there for Green. And now here comes Wright, leading the break. Here's Marjanovic. Good D by Thompson. Warriors leading by 7. Here's Russell. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Guys, just incredible concentration from the crafty guard. D'Angelo Russell, tough to stop.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former #2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Doncic is checked in. And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
Shot clock at 5. Right, the pass to Doncic, and it's sent back by Russell. Outside, Green tries a 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists now tonight.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
To the middle. Here's Hardaway, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. They get Stephen Curry.
Well, this is a quick and decisive offensive player who's not afraid of contact. Love Tim Hardaway Jr. accepting the contact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Hardaway. And one thing Rick Carlisle is known for is his accountability.
Right, and that extends to himself as much as it does the players who play for him. Listen, if this guy makes the wrong play call, he is going to make sure you know about that. And I think that's an approach you see from the top down in this organization.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. to me is a terrific all-around player, right? He can score it, he can pass it, he'll rebound the position. There's a lot to like about his game. I think one thing you think about when you talk about Steve Kerr is how much he has relished having an opportunity to coach an amazing collection of talent. He knows more perhaps than most that great players are required to be successful. That doesn't mean it's an easy job. You've got to manage expectations year after year.
Wright against Curry. And Wright kicks to Doncic. Offline with his 3. Warriors leading by 11. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And Doris, you watch Kerr, he really has his own distinct coaching style.
How about Kevin? He once said that coaching is 90% creating environment and 10% strategy. Now listen, we know this guy is tremendous with X and O's, but there's something helpful about his sense of humor and his upfront, honest approach.
Dallas calls timeout.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Steph Curry.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He showed leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Thompson finds Burks. Offline with his three. Mavericks trail by 9. Wright outside. Poked loose. And now Curry running the floor all by himself. Drops in the breakaway layup. Curry's got 35 in the game.
Well, that basket began with Steph Curry's defense. He's thinking one step ahead, creates the steal, and triggers the break.
Curry against Wright. Marjanovic passes to Doncic. 6 to shoot. Here's Hardaway. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Hardaway has got 20.
Guys, you want to be able to score from all 3 levels, and Hardaway Jr. is capable. That instance, mid-range is on point.
Burks on the wing, launches it, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And the Warriors lead by 12. Dallas shooting fairly well in the fourth, around 48%. Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. Over Cauley-Stein. Green with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Curry. Here's Wright. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Golden State Warriors. They've led by as many as 14 points. Mavericks trail by 10. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Hardaway with the steal, and Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
Burks' shot is good.
Alec Burks can get hot quickly, and when he's getting to his spots, look out.
There's 47 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Wright finds Marjanovic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, easy call.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 8. A different look for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Lee comes in for Doncic. And Barea subbed in for Wright. Both good from the line that time. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lee against Burks. Outside Curry. Back to Burks. The dish to Green. 5 to shoot. Off target on the 15-footer.
And really nothing they can do now. They just got to play this one out.
No, it appears that this one is absolutely done. No sense wasting energy trying to come back. Well, there's a reason they trust this guy in big moments. Tim Hardaway Jr., no problem, he says.
"12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they foul intentionally. gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
You can see the bind a defender is in when trying to check Klay Thompson. He's a lights-out shooter, which means you have to close. But the other thing is you don't want to foul him too much, guys, because he's a knockdown free throw shooter, too.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, that's how they can ensure this lead stays where it is. Keep knocking down those free throws.
Dallas calls timeout. They're behind by 7. 11 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And down like this, there's so much to talk about. I don't know if one timeout is going to be enough.
I think it's looking pretty bleak.
Here's Kleba. Kept alive. Back to Barea. Powell, the pass to Kleba. Barea, that's a 2-pointer. That one's not going to go. So we see the Warriors get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Steph, what was the key that had your offense going so well tonight?
Obviously, guys have to make shots, and when we're creating and moving our bodies and the ball's moving, we're not turning it over. You know, we're tough to guard, and everybody had confidence tonight to go out there and make plays. So that's contagious, and we got to find that tomorrow, next game if we want to keep this going.
Obviously, the way you guys want to play, Steph. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.